Hello, my name is Robin Best and I'm a specialist here at Region 7. Today we are going to explore Amplify Texas, a Tier 1 instructional resource that has been deemed a high-quality instructional material by the Texas Education Agency. Amplify Texas is a K-5 elementary literacy program that has been built upon the extensive research into the science of reading. And based on this research, we know how crucial strong instruction in both language comprehension and word recognition is to the development of strategic, thoughtful readers. Have you ever felt like this when it comes to planning your daily instruction? Today, more than ever, we have so many different instructional resources to choose from. Wading through all these different resources can leave you feeling confused and frustrated. Plus, it takes so much time. Valuable time that you don't have to waste. What if all the time you typically spend searching through all those different resources, vetting them for alignment, creating formative and summative assessments, could be spent actually preparing to teach your lessons? Amplify Texas enables you to do just that. Focus on lesson delivery and student learning. Unlike in grades K-2, where instruction is divided between two distinct strands, skills, and knowledge, in grades 3-5, all instruction is encompassed in one integrated strand. Let's look at some of the foundational principles upon which the integrated strand is built. Within each lesson, instruction moves fluidly between all four domains of language: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Lesson components are anchored in highly complex and engaging text that strategically build content and background knowledge, which again we know is so crucial to students' comprehension. Students engage in a wide variety of writing tasks that are directly linked to the text students are reading. When students are given that opportunity to engage in text-dependent written response, writing volume and depth significantly increases. Students are less impeded by a lack of life experience when writing tasks center around text. Word work activities focus on helping students internalize general and domain-specific vocabulary, which again also directly impacts student success with both reading comprehension and writing depth. Although there are many similarities between the lesson structure in grades 3-5, there are several differences. The first difference you will notice is the number of instructional minutes. Also, in 3rd grade, students engage in a daily read aloud, while in 4th and 5th grade, that read aloud is only conducted occasionally. Within the reading component of your daily lessons, in both 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, students are reading daily from student readers in a variety of contexts that includes whole group, small group, partner, and independent reading. Another difference between 3rd grade and 4th and 5th grades is how the spelling instruction is structured. In 3rd grade, there are 3 different spelling list types: sound spelling correspondence list, grammar rules that affect spelling list, and prefix, suffix, and roots spelling list. Also, in 3rd grade, there is only 1 spelling assessment per unit. In grades 4 and 5, there are 2 different list types. One of those lists focuses on content-specific words, while the other list includes prefixes, suffixes, and root words. And in 4th and 5th grades, there are 2 spelling lists and 2 assessments within each unit. So let's dive into an Amplify integrated strand lesson. Let's begin with the reading component. As we discussed in our side-by-side comparison, the structure of the reading portion of the lesson will vary based on the grade level and the lesson format. In whole group reading, you will read portions of the text aloud and have students read specific sections with partners or independently. You as the teacher guide comprehension by setting a purpose for reading before students read individual sections, and then you engage students in an immediate discussion. At other times, you might be leading students in a close reading experience by diving deeply into vocabulary and author's craft through targeted questioning. During small group reading, students are reading the same text but are divided into one of two groups, independent and scaffolded. You provide a similar level of support to the scaffolded group, while the independent group reads on their own. Students also engage in independent reading during this portion of the lesson, and this is an excellent opportunity for you to pull those additional small reading groups to support your Tier 2 and Tier 3 instruction, and this is where more of that traditional type guided reading would take place. Students also engage in various activities that reinforce vocabulary and comprehension during this portion of your lesson. During the language portion of the lesson structure, you will focus on any of the following skills: spelling, grammar, or morphology. And as you can see in this particular lesson, you are focusing on grammar and morphology. During the writing portion of your lesson, students engage in activities such as composing authentic text across a variety of genres, while focusing on author's craft and specific characteristics of the genre. Your writing lessons are explicit and focus on building upon the foundations of proficient and effective writing. There are also take-home materials included with each of your lessons that give students that opportunity for additional at-bats aimed at mastering those primary learning objectives. So let's look at some of the different components that are included within the knowledge strand. With each lesson, a lesson guide is included. The lesson guide contains primary focus objectives that are aligned with formative assessments. The lesson guide includes embedded supports for your ELLs at all proficiency levels, as well as suggestions for how to best support learners at all levels of mastery. Each unit also comes with essential questions and writing prompts that you can use to guide your students and help support them in anchoring their learning around those key concepts and ideas. In addition, there are TEAC-aligned activities that are already prepared for you and are fully aligned to your primary learning objectives. In addition, there are a variety of digital projections that you can use within your lessons. In this example here, students are looking at different characters in a text and then utilizing key details to help them infer character traits. There are also readers included with each and every unit. Again, I want to go back and re-emphasize that all students are engaged with grade level text within Amplify Texas. There are also homeschool connection documents that you can send home that help keep parents engaged with exactly what students are learning, and also give them different suggestions for how they can engage with their students and support conversations that will have students sharing all of those amazing things that they are learning in their Amplify units. All right, so let's talk for just a minute about Amplify and assessment. Right, there are frequent checks for understanding throughout all of your lessons, exit tickets, which are just another way for you to get a pulse on your students' understanding and mastery towards those primary focus objectives, and mid and end of unit assessments. Now, let's take just a moment to look at some of the new STAR items. As you know, STAR has gone through a redesign, and that new STAR will go into effect in 2023. One of those new STAR items is the multi-select item. So here is an example from STAR for what that will look like. With this particular item, there are 2 correct answers. Here you have a sample item from an Amplify assessment that, again, mirrors what students will be seeing on STAR. In this Amplify sample, you'll see that there are 2 details that students are looking for. So this will give them that good practice that they need to be successful on this particular item type. Another new STAR item type is the multi-part item. So here is a star sample. Again, with this particular item type, there are two parts, part A and part B. Here is an Amplify sample assessment item. Again, perfectly mirroring what students are going to see on STAR. The next STAR item I'd like for us to look at is the hot text item. Here you will see that students will be selecting from different sections of text. And here's an Amplify sample. Looks a little bit different, but in your Amplify sample, students are having to go into the text, find their text evidence, circle 3 paragraphs that support a specific key detail, which is still at a very similar level of thinking, and will prepare students to be successful on this hot text item. You've probably been hearing all about the short constructed response items that will be on the STAR redesign. Here is a STAR sample, having students find one key idea in paragraph 3 and 4, and then support that, whatever they believe that key idea is, with text evidence. Here is an Amplify sample, same type of question. Also, there will be extended constructed response. This particular STAR sample is an English 1 example, but this same STAR item can show up in 3rd through 8th grade as well. And here is a sample Amplify item where students are writing that extended constructed response. All right, there are also opportunities for students within every single unit assessment, to show mastery for the grammar and spelling learning targets that they are working towards, which you know will be so crucial in student success on those editing and revising questions. All right, so here's what I would like for you to do. I would like for you to pause the video here, follow the instructions on the screen, and go and dig around in some of the sample materials that you can find at texashomelearning.org. If you have already registered for an Amplify account, go on into your grade level and dig around in all those different units and see exactly what this resource can bring to your classroom. All right, so my name is Robin Best, and again, my email address is rbest@esc7.net. Here's my office number and my cell number. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions at all. I'm here to help and support you and would be happy to help in any way. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time today, and I hope that we have the opportunity to work together in the future.